have so little ammo. Hi guys, this is Mattias, and yes, Battlefield has now its Battle Royale, and was this the saving grace that EA and DICE was hoping for? There has been plenty of comments, or well, a number of comments anyway, from people working one way or another with Battlefield, and this includes also the CEO of EA, Andrew Wilson. Now, after Battlefield 5 was released in its original form, there was plenty of people that were speculating in how good or bad the game actually was doing, because it was kinda hard to get any numbers, unlike with Battlefield 1 that was doing really well, and therefore of course DICE and EA was very open with sharing that kind of information. In Battlefield 5, however, despite people trying to do some detective work in trying to figure out how well the game actually is doing, most of our information is just pure speculation. Now, me personally, I am quite convinced that this game is basically just a complete disaster. And normally when you say stuff like that, you get a lot of salty comments from people that saying that you're just basing this on your own personal bias, or you just suck at the game, or get good, or you're just a Call of Duty fanboy or whatever. But the fact is, I actually enjoy playing Battlefield 5 Firestorm. It's actually my favorite Battle Royale game so far, which maybe doesn't say all that much since I normally don't play BR, but after my stream Tuesday the 2nd of April, I had 21 solo wins and well over 700 kills. So the fact is, I like the game, I enjoy the game, I play the game, and I'm also really hoping that it will gain more popularity. So far, however, it seems that the game has gone in the complete opposite direction. Now, anybody that's played this game are well aware of the broken loot system, and even though DICE have promised to fix it, I believe that this is going to be too little, too late. Now, on a personal level, this game is so unbelievably exciting, especially when you're in the state of the game where I am right now. The circle is getting small, and there are 5 players left, which of course includes me. I also want to say, just regarding to this specific match here, it is extremely unusual that you see me using 2 weapons of the same kind. Now, they do have a little bit different upgrades. It's a one level 2 and one level 3, but both of the weapons is the SMG Sten. Now, don't get me wrong, this is a really good weapon, but unless it's really early in the game and everyone is looting houses, I prefer to have one close range weapon and one mid to long range weapon. But yeah, for reasons explained in the beginning of the video, I ended up with 2 Sten. So now, since it is so hard to get any actual numbers of how many people are playing the game, how many people are online at any given time, and different how well the game is performing in different regions, we do have a few ways of at least getting a little bit of an idea of whether or not a game is popular or not. One of those ways is to check how popular the game is generally on Twitch. Now, there's also a way of getting an understanding of its popularity if a game is doing really poorly, and that is, how much time does it take for a match to start or for a server to fill up when you're playing off hours, such as, for example, late night, something that I've been doing since the launch of Firestorm. So now, if there was ever a way that I could show how exciting this game can be, this would probably be it. Oh, that was exciting, holy shit! Yeah, the end game of any BR can be very exciting. Firestorm is no exception. This, however, is not all that exciting. And keep in mind, this only takes you to the lobby, then there's another minute of waiting before the match actually starts. So obviously the developers of Battlefield 5 have seen the hype, especially on Twitch, when it comes to Battle Royale games. For example, PUBG, Fortnite and Apex comes to mind. So while I see that Grand Theft Auto, for example, has 173,000 views, Fortnite 130,000 some such, League of Legends over 70,000, Just Chatting over 70,000, Apex 41,000, and so on. We have to scroll down quite a bit. We find Battlefield. Battlefield has now 1,800 viewers on Twitch. And this is about a week after Firestorm was released. Now, of course, there are many things that can be improved in any game, and the obvious things that comes to mind when it comes to Firestorm is, for me, of course, the loot system that has been talked about so much, but needs to be mentioned yet again. I would really like to see a permanent game mode for duo. And again, when it comes to the loot system, there is more about the loot that needs to be changed than just the way you pick up loot from a dead player. Now, obviously, looting a dead player is the main problem, but it's also how we handle loot and how we can control what we are allowed to put in our inventory. Now, the main problem with the inventory, and there are several problems actually, but the main problem is that we can't carry enough armor plates. Now, to me, personally, that has a tendency to slow the game down a bit, but there might also be that I still have a lot to learn about this relatively new game mode. So now, as of recently, I'm also streaming this game on my main YouTube channel. I have higher quality here, but that's not why I switched from Twitch, but that's another story. I really hope you will swing by and check it out if you haven't already, and I hope you will enjoy the rest of the video. It's going to be another win here, and yeah, thanks for watching. What? There's two saves. 9K bit graphics looks awesome and for nice. Hello, Alenota, how you doing, man? Let's ban truth.